Hey, Knife Monkey, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good day. Illuminati, what's up? How's everybody doing? Brought some different stuff out to talk about today. Cool. Hey, Kathleen, how are you doing? Yeah, hope everybody's having a good day. This showed up today, this Mint PM3. It's thicker than I thought, which is kind of nice, actually. Yeah. But never had one of these before. Actually, it's kind of nice. It's very light. Interesting to check out. I hope your day's going to get better, Illuminati. Playing with the 80 20.5 today. Just fidgety today for some reason. So. Thank you. Yeah, this is a Blade HQ exclusive color. So I did some trading with somebody, and I got this this new one. It actually, I usually like a little bit bigger, but this fits really nice, actually. So I'm pretty happy with it. And it's in M4. I know some people have said that, oh, it's a great steel, but it rusts. But I've never had D2 rust or anything, and I usually buy coated blades, so that takes away a lot of the corrosion fears. I don't worry about that nearly as much. So, but then brought these out. Haven't had these out in a while. I should be getting another one to check out soon. Don't know what's going on with that, but it'll get here when it gets here. You have a Kaiser and Parrot. You'll make a deal on? What are you looking for a deal on? Millbot. Hello, nice to meet you. So Kenman and I go live on Tuesdays, and we found this knife online. It was like $35, and we decided to each buy it and then talk about it on Tuesday. This is called the Big Chief. It is made by Cooper Cutlery now. This was a knife that was used in the early 1900s that they've since brought back. And it's actually an aluminum integral. But it's huge. This thing is huge. I'm not sure of the steel. But it's pretty cool. I like it. Big old slip joint, can't go wrong. But very interesting. So I know Dan said his showed up today, or is showing up today, so we'll be able to talk about them tomorrow. And I'm going to be sending this on. I think I'm sending this on to Dan actually tomorrow, or later, probably tomorrow. The new Jack Wolf, and it comes out on the 18th. Nice little fixed blade. Very sharp. It got me pretty bad on the thumb the other day when I was trying to put the safety on it. I had a little plastic safety cap, and slid off onto my hand. Let's see here. Kathleen, I was thinking about the other day, and I made a new piece of art. I knew you wanted to see something, and you mentioned teal. So here is what I came up with for today. Got some gold. I don't know if you can see the gold has a good reflection in it. Um, Blues and whites, some more teals with a teal background. So, yeah, I don't know if I have your address, Kathleen, but I'm gonna send it to you. But came out really good. Hey, Robert, how are you doing today? So this was today's. And I actually need to get myself some more canvases ordered. Sounds good. Sounds good, Kathleen. Um, I do a lot of my paintings on wood, so I need to get myself some more. Um, Thankfully, most of the, at least in the art world, most of the products I buy are made in America, so hopefully they don't go up in price. They do every year anyways, but hopefully they won't make a drastic jump. Um, so yeah, there's that and sorts of fun stuff. So a company called Beebury, something. They sent me a multi-tool, and it's pretty cool. I did a little review on it. And now they're asking me to send them all sorts of pictures of me using it. That's very different than the usual. Usually the companies will see what I do and they're like, oh yeah, just tag us in it and we'll use it for whatever. And I'm like, okay. They want all sorts of different photos, I guess. They haven't even told me how many. But that's how it goes. So we'll see if I get anything interesting out of that going. And haven't heard anything from Marshall and I had to fix my chat. Hoping they're doing okay. I might reach out. Hey Brian, how are you doing today? I brought this out. If anybody's follows like Burgle's Cerakote, they sent me this knife and they Cerakoted all of it. My guess is they did one color completely and then maybe taped off areas on the blade and did the second color and pulled the tape. And then my guess is maybe sanded down the parts, but I'm not for sure. But I'm guessing that's how they did it. And pretty cool. Let's see here. What else? We are about 200 away from 2K, which blows my mind. But this week we have a beef coming in. It'll be like a blue-gray with a black blade. And Flytanium has been so kind to donate it for a giveaway. And then we also have a knife from Rosecraft coming in. That will also be, probably already said, but how to use. Probably already said, but how to use. Oh, right. Okay, sorry about that. Hey, Raz, hey, Knives are live. So yeah, this just showed up today, and it's thicker than I thought it would be. It's very light. And actually, with this forward choil, I get a good grip. I usually go for bigger knives, but this is actually kind of right on the money. And it's in M4, which I've never really used before. But but I've heard good things. I've heard a lot of people say about the corrosion, but I've never had D2 rust on me, and this has got, this has the coating over it, the PVD, whatever. Um, so I think this will be just fine. Be interesting getting used to the blade shape. There we go, and getting used to that lock is pretty easy. So I'm pretty stoked on this. I had been looking at a Manix 2, but I saw this mint color come up, and I really like it. Yeah, no problem, Punker. And I was like, okay, let's try this blue one. I got two of them here. Here is, oh, the Barlow, yeah. So this is a Rosecraft. It's in D2 with a mirror finish. It is Bora Bora Blue Bone. So they've dyed the bone this color, and it is, I wish I could get how bright it really is. It's really nice. And I love Barlow's and Sheepsfoot. So that's, Blade HQ did the same colorway in the Andella last year. Yeah, I saw that. And they even did a Manix at one point, I think. But I missed it. This has great action on it. Probably my favorite style of slip joint. And then here we have this one. This is the teardrop in the same color. I like collecting them and reviewing them. This one, I'm not sure if they're in stock right now or not. They might be rosecraft.com, and these run around $58. We all come out, we all hang out, we look and talk about knives and become good friends, and that's what we do. And then it was really cool to order this from Cooper Cutlery because I've been eyeballing one they make for Shat and Morgan that is much, much pricier. But it's cool to get something that was a design used at the beginning of the 1900s. We can be friends. Just very few rules here. No politics, no religion, and you must be polite. That's all we ask. But I think this was a style used at the very beginning of the 1900s. It's kind of neat to have. Very sharp. And I believe it's just the stainless. The outside view. Please. I'm not sure what you mean by outside view. So this is pretty. This is cast aluminum, and it's an integral. Here we have the modified Jack Wolf. Got a lot of traditionals out today. Oh yeah, they're my favorite, and I would say Rosecraft is a great place to start. I have Case Knives, and they run about the same price. Rosecraft uses D2, so it's a little bit better steel, and their fit and finish is amazing. And to be able to get bone, and a mirror polish, and just amazing quality for $58 on something like this. I mean, Rosecraft, I'll recommend definitely for checking out one to begin with. It is $347. Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you, Kathleen. Ooh, and I got this Tac Knives in. Apparently he is sold out already, though. Oh, Central. Yeah, I know. It gets confusing when some states change and some don't. And the one thing about this, whether it's locked or unlocked, you cannot open the knife without the button. So there's part of me that is I might message Shane and be like, I love this auto version. Would you ever make it as a non-auto? And then I can open it off the fuller, and that would be fun. Um, but this is a good one. 14C. No, no lining really. It is just G10, so it's pretty light. I haven't seen anything from Mech Force. Hey, Fibbit a bit. But I like on this one, he's got two different styles of jimping, so I guess you know where you're at on the blade. So that's pretty cool. A couple left, not many color choices of this. Oh, this one was called the Goliath, and this one here's the Zipper. And very cool. But so I just thought I'd bring some interesting stuff out. How many knives do I have? I'd say around 125, but I get a lot through pass around and mail, back and forth with the company. So I get a lot that come through that I get to check out and use, but give my opinion on, but I don't get to always keep them. Hey, Ron, good to see you. But I've been playing with the 80 20.5 today, just fidgeting with it. Let's see here. What else have we got going on? Tried to pull some different stuff out this time, so change it up every now and then. Let's see here. Can I deliver this for you? I'm not a seller. You would have to go to the company, and it depends on where you're at if they're able to sell. One knife in my pocket. Which phone would I pick? Oh, which one would I pick? Okay. Man, that's a tough one. I'll tell you, a lot of my daily rotation is, I don't have it on me, is a Kubi Koius, which is very small, pointy bladed. I also carry um, my MSI a lot. It's just a good sheep's foot blade and whatnot. Some people think it's a bit too big to carry. I don't seem to have any issues with it. Honestly, it's fairly light here, but the blade is heavy. See, how's the weather today? For you, it's the high 70s. It got to 68 yesterday. Today it is about 60. But we're hoping to get a 70s day here soon again. So sheep's foot blades, they're good for almost any task, and that's why I think they're very popular. They're not something I would say is a self-defense knife, but is a good working knife. You'll get usually a longer space because it doesn't curve. Now, granted, this knife is about 4 inches long of blade, but you can do cuts like that better. If you're opening a package or if you're cutting something thick, sheep's foot, Warncliffe, they're usually better for that. Let's see what we have here. This one, I guess I would call this one a drop point. So it does have a pokey end if you need to get in and then cut, that way, or in and then down, which definitely serves a purpose. It just kind of, it kind of varies on your needs. Oh yeah, Kenman and I, we went to Shields together. That was the first time we'd met. We had so much fun there, honestly. Um, we didn't think they were going to have hardly anything for choices, and we were both very surprised um, how much stuff they had. And yeah, yeah, always willing to give information if it's helpful. And there's all sorts of variations. Like this has kind of a belly to it. It's not flat. It's kind of got a kind of curves, but it still comes very far down. So I would still consider this like a sheep's foot Warncliffe style. Um, let's see here. Okay, so here's a very Warncliffe blade. But as you can see, like this spot right here, you can put your hand on. You can get fine detailed cuts a little bit better. And then like here is drop point, which you can do, but it kind of has more of a curve, so you might not. This would be better for like longer cuts, or if you're cutting through something like that, like rope or something. I would recommend that. But it kind of just comes down to preference. Um, you know, the way you prefer to hold them, and comfort level, things like that. Ron, so this summer, Kenman and I will be meeting up to do something like that again soon. Um, we are doing our Tuesday lives now every Tuesday, which is pretty cool. Um, used to be a boat captain. That sounds fun. Yeah, so I'm not sure the exact dates. Kenman and I are about 4 hours, 4.5 hours away from each other. Um, but I'll be heading up there. Hey Jake, how's it going? I just don't have a time frame yet. Um, and then yeah, thank you, Kathleen. It's one of those things I don't know. It's like just you click instantly. Dan and I do. Um, I'd seen his channel before, and then last summer, I was going on vacation in Minneapolis, and I was like, "Hey, you want to meet? We both do this kind of thing. We kind of know each other. We can go to a knife store. So then, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, but no, it feels like we've been friends for 10 years, kind of a thing. Hey, what's up? Have you looked into work tough gear yet? I have not. I will write that down. And if I wrote it down before and forgot, I'm sorry. It's been a busy. Right. All right, I got that down. Or he drugged me. Yeah. I've not seen his house yet that I know of. No, it's fun. We'll see something online that you'll see something, and I'll be like, the only person who I think would ever like that might be Dan. And I'll be like, hey Dan, what do you think of this? And he'll be like, just bought it. Yeah, just the basement. Oh, that's funny. And I also live like, very close to Iowa AK. So, every couple weeks, him and I'll get together and play with knives or get some dinner. Do a video together again. We are. It'll probably be, I'm not going to say right away, late spring, early summer. That's the plan. Um, you know, hoping if we, when we meet up again, maybe we'll have more time planned. So we'll do a bunch of them. Oh, they are Knives of Life. Lots of fun. So we like to go out, eat, have stories, all sorts of craziness. Usually it's like, how many knives did you buy this week, Iowa? He's probably listening. But it's funny, him and I probably would have never met had it not been through this community. So that's pretty awesome. And we live so close to each other, it's crazy. Let's see here. So yeah, I did a little unboxing video for the Spyderco today. I'm about 4.5 hours away from Kenman. Yeah, 4 to 4.5 hours away. And it's not that bad of a drive, though. I mean, it goes pretty easy. Plus, there's a lot to do up there, and my family, we usually go up there once or twice a year, so works out perfect because we know it pretty well. I have another really good friend who's not into knives, but he's been my friend since school, so it's I can go up and see him. Lots of fun. I should introduce him to Kenman. They would probably get along fairly well. Yeah, it's not bad. And let's see. I don't know if it'll be the end of this week or the beginning of next week, but I think we'll be doing the giveaway for the TRM. And then I'm going to end up having to get one myself. So that'll be cool. And then about 10 minutes. Yeah, just about 10 minutes. Place kind of in between us, this like pizza brewery place. Good, and they kind of make some odd stuff. So we usually meet up there and hang out. Oh yeah, definitely. When he told me where he lived, I was like, oh, I know where that's at. And then, last fall, Jimmy Crow came over, and so the three of us spent the day together, which was pretty awesome. And just talk knives and life most of the time. So, but now he's about 7.5 hours away, so that's a bit more. I do not play that. Is it fun? Oh yeah, it's great. At first I was like, oh, I live in a place where I didn't think I would meet anybody. Hey, William. All right, I'll look into that one. BM Gaming, I'll look into that one. I'll check it out. So it's nice. It's been cool to make, friends and people that I can see in person sometimes. And we got a beef on the way, so hopefully we're about 200 away from 2K, which blows my mind on YouTube. And Flightanium's donating a beef. It'll be like a blue gray with black blade. And then we will have a Rosecraft knife as well. Favorite game? I just like some that are on my phone that are easy to, relax to. That's the kind of stuff I play. Oh, they have an Ultim Atom. That's cool. They are great people. Super friendly. They know what they're doing. They're doing a good job. And let's see here. What else we got going on? Oh, got my Braveman out today. I love the sound that makes. This is CMB, and they do really good budget and really good high-end knives. Which is the expensive one? This one's titanium and S35, and I believe it runs around 170, maybe a little more. On the table right now, Ron, as soon as we can make it to San Diego, or you can make it over here, you got a place. No bug outs. Bug outs are pretty pricey. You're in the 200s and that. The TRM Bulldogs around 270. We've got the Concept Havern, which is, I think, 230. Oh, I don't even want to add all this up in my head. This Jack Wolf, it's not out until the 18th, but I believe the price tag is going to be $239 if anybody's interested. Hey, Blind Woo. But this is going to run around $230 when it releases this week. And my guess is they're going to sell out pretty quick. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Ooh, good one, Gabe. Billiards. Yeah, that's a fun one. What's everybody carrying today? I forgot to ask. I got this far into it, and I forgot to ask what everybody's carrying today. Today has been the yeah, there has been more on the secondary. And I'm not sure why that is. Maybe people are looking to try out different things, or see, you got your Stitch and a mini Adamas. Nice. Your Paina Mula and red carbon fiber, and EMP Nimble, nice. Titanium scales, Chavez pry bar, G-Shock watch, nice. Is my account monetized? Not yet, but we're getting very, very close. I just need a few hundred more viewing hours. So my goal is, hey Mimo, my goal is, a Murray Custom. Nice, Mr. Eddie. You forgot to tell me today you had an earthquake today? I didn't hear about that. 5.2? Wow. Did it affect right in your area quite a bit, or was it nearby? Wow. What's in the sheath? Thank you, BM Gaming. That's the goal. Is hopefully we'll get there very soon. And then once we're monetized, I will put that back into giveaways. You got your Microtech SOCOM Elite and Buck 112 today. Nice. So this is the Jack Wolf fixed blade, that Vampire Jack. It comes out this week in S90. Very sharp. Accidentally nicked myself on it. Comes with the lanyard already on it and the bead. And then they have the 80s camo carbon, or you can get wood, or a couple different other versions. And it comes with the sheath as well. Excuse me. What is the ugly thing to the left of that sweet looking purple knife? Oh. Some win the lottery, and I'm gonna just send you some. Yeah. You got your PM2 and micarta. S90V, nice. 1940s Camilla Stockman. Very cool. Give away this one for your. Let's see here. Sorry, I had to plug my charger in. You give away this one for your D&D. I'm not sure what that means. Or beer holder. I am on Whatnot. My charger is not. Just bear with me for a second, guys. I think I'm gonna have to get a new charger. It ain't on for now. I do regular giveaways, BM. Usually on Fridays. It will improve my collection. I think it does improve the collection, but actually I'm passing it around with a few guys, so you'll see it on a lot of channels, and you will not be able to avoid it, Mr. Eddie. Mr. Eddie, you approve of the new Mint PM3 in M4. And I'm liking it so far, so that's pretty cool. Thank you, Ron. I appreciate that greatly. And then got the Big Chief. Here you go, Mr. Eddie. It's an integral made in the United States. And it's huge. What do you do? I am a professional artist, and I do, reviews of EDC content like knives and flashlights and things like that. And just for Mr. Eddie, we'll show this modded Jack Wolf that I did. Hey, Neil, how's it going? Oh, there we go. There we go. You're taking a day or two off, but also didn't want to start making the collab hanks until your docket is lower. You have 16 hanks waiting on you. Oh, I saw your video on your new teeth. Congrats, man. And no worries. You do what you got to do. Take your time. I am very excited to see them, but you take your time, man. So this is I got the pole adjusted, and then this is moose bone, replacing the micarta. It's enough to harm anybody? Yeah, they're very, very sharp. We'll be rolling. Oh, definitely. And if they do well, Mad Yako, we'll do more. Yeah, we have so yeah, if anybody's wondering, I got some fabric. I did some splatter paint on it. Sent them to Mad Yako. He's gonna cut them up. He's gonna turn them into the amazing hanks, and they're gonna be available for everybody. It's gonna be awesome. Yep. Oh, and then I got painting finished today. That's my family making the noise. They're outside taking Christmas lights down finally, without me. And so they're just knocking on the window laughing at me. Typical. That was today's. And yep, that's the one I painted today. Let's The new Sharpie Creative markers. I'll have to check those out. I'm a big Sharpie fan. What's that in box? Let's see here. In box. Sprinkles, just candy. Hey, Tegan. Yeah, they're gonna be awesome. Budget guy, how are you? What you carrying today, Mad Yako? Yeah, it's good to see everybody popping in today. Lots of stuff to watch tonight. We got Casey on Knife Fast, which I know Mr. Eddie will be watching very intently. Ray, Everyday City Carry, will be on. Anything new today? Yes. This just came in today. Spyderco Para 3 in mint. And I made a little video of me unboxing it today. You can see that. I do the one thing I wish is there was a stronger click. I just like the strong sounds, but so you got your carbon fiber Bel Air, AWT Manix 2, lightweight, nice. It's surprisingly low profile. Yeah. So I have a Spyderco slip joint, but this is my first locking, and I'm digging it. Usually I like bigger knives, but I love this mint color and had to check it out, and it is great. I'm really digging it. But it just showed up, so I'll have to, try it out a little bit more. Let's see here. Yeah. We're not allowed to have a knife. Oh, you can't have a knife at work. Well, I will say, Neil, I did use to have a job at a library, and technically I wasn't to carry a knife, but nobody ever questioned what was sticking out of my back pocket. So I got away with it. But I will say I don't know if it's like gonna go up in price or not. But they say they're 200 normally, but 144. But my guess is they're gonna probably always stay 144. I will say I had my eye on the Mint Manix 2 for a very long time, and it did sell out, and they did not refill it. But let's see here. Maybe a small keychain knife would be okay. There you go. And if they did question, probably still got away with it. Not gonna lie, nobody's messing with a guy with a knife. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Me, it's just a useful tool that I like to have on hand if anybody asks. And also, Tegan, this one came in today. So this is pretty cool. This is a slip joint called the Big Chief. It's made by Cooper Cutlery, and it's made in the United States, but they bought the patent. This was a knife that was made in the early 1900s. And they made a patent, and they made them new again. So this is an all aluminum handle, integral nonetheless, and then a stainless steel blade. It's kind of like it's a sheep's foot with a little bit of a hawk bill at the end, but this is like easily over 8 inches. This knife, and this one. So most of the stuff on Cooper Cutlery is fairly high-end handmade. This one's also handmade. But this one runs about $37 to $40. A lot of their other knives are made with very some rare materials like mammoth handles and stuff. So a lot of their knives will run $250. This is one that they do in all aluminum and then stainless for the blade for around 40. But Kenman and I both wanted to try some before our next live together tomorrow, so we both ordered one. And I just think it's cool thinking about what people had this for, over 100 years ago, and it's pretty cool. I really like the layout of it. Yeah, it's called the Big Chief. and it's available at Cooper Cutlery's website. Comes in this tin, handmade, hand sharpened. Yeah, and you can go to coopercutlery.com and then just search for Big Chief. Who is my favorite? Oh yeah, they're kind of top of the line for handmade USA um, slip joints. Yeah. Thank you, Ron. I think it does too. Who's my favorite singer? Oof, that's tough. I like a lot of music. Um, Man, that is tough. I like all sorts of stuff. I will say, if it's somebody that's currently putting out music, I really like the voice that the singer of Ghost has. All right, well, have a good one, Neil. Obviously, Justin Bieber. I've never listened to him much, but apparently, yeah, there's the song Titanium, and he's on it. So if you Google my name, you'll probably come across him as well. But honestly, I'm a punk kid. I grew up going to uh, underground metal and punk concerts and things like that through my teens and 20s. And it was a lot of fun. And now I'm old and disgruntled, and tickets cost more than $5, and my back doesn't like to stand for that long. That being said, I work on my floor and I put myself in very awkward positions, so I probably bring it on myself. Yeah, I like all kinds of music. I mean, there's some that I don't get into, but in general, there's lots and lots of stuff I like to listen to. Big into metal and rock and stuff. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Um, I did not know. I do not know who that is. Lane Staley, yeah. Oh yeah. Um, or Lane Stanley. Lane Stanley, I'm not sure of. Oh, the Pakistan president. Is he a singer as well? I will I will look that up then. Could be interesting. Well, that's all right. My spelling is not great. Let's see here. I go back and listen to a lot of stuff I used to. I still listen to a lot of new punk bands. Um, I'll listen to anything from like White Zombie, Pantera to NoFX, um, things like that. I'm not aware of that one either. I need to expand stuff. 27th. Yeah, just ask me. Hey, laid off Pete, how are you doing? One thing I'm excited about, Friday there was a drop of a few American Blade Works slip joints in Magna Cut and titanium handles. And so I got in on that. I don't know how soon it'll be when I get for it to get here, but that's another very exciting one. I agree with you 100% on that None for Now. Um, totally different sound and style, I feel like. I used to go to so many concerts when I was younger. Sure. Live time. I usually go live, usually from 3 to 4. I got on a little late today, but usually 3 to 4, Central US time. That's when I usually go live, Monday through Friday. I wasn't a big fan of the lightweight pair of 3 head and Magna Cut, but you want to try another one. Cool. Yeah, I usually go for like bigger blades and stuff, but this fits really well in hand. So pretty excited about it. Let's see here. I don't even remember the last concert I was at. I have memorable ones that have stood out in my head. I've seen, I don't know if you guys know who the Donnas are. I saw them like 3 times. Um, let's see here. I've seen Guar twice. Seen Barry Manilow once. Hey Arizona, how's it going? Took my sister to see Britney Spears once. um, Trying to think who else I've seen. A lot of punk bands. I guess there was a lot of metal bands too. I used to know everybody when I was younger. I'm doing good. How are you doing, man? Um, so I had friends that were security guards, and hey, Sean. And sometimes I would be able to get free tickets or access to shows. Blue and purple one. Oh yeah. Um, so this is, I believe it's a Trivisa. Um, the markings have been covered. So Burkle Cerakote, they're on Instagram. They sent this to me. Uh, they wanted me to check out their work, and I love it. So this is all Cerakoted. So my guess is they Cerakoted it in this kind of seafoam teal color, and then they taped off the blade to make that kind of lightning, and then sanded down um, after they'd put this second color on top. Budget knife, but the Cerakote is where it's at. It's just really cool. And so they do like you can send a knife in to get checked out. You can sign up for a plan where they will send you a surprise. The budget you sign up for, base, you know, budget and premium knives, and then they surprise you with it in the mail. It's pretty cool. You have a dragonfly salt in your pocket every day on the kayak. It's so light and easy to use. Oh, that's a good one, Kathleen. Yeah, those salt series are great. I've always, not that I'm near saltwater ever, but I've always wanted a quiet carry because supposedly you could drop them in the ocean for a week and they'll still be fine. But those salt ones are great. Is it the yellow one? Yeah, people notice you when they pull this one out. Can't mistake it. And so one thing about this is, there's all sorts of different kinds of, oh, cool. There's all sorts of camo carbons. But this one that's coming out is crazy bright. And the other day I put my UV light on it. And what's funny is it changes the pinks to oranges, but it goes super bright when I put my UV on it. And I thought that was really cool. I don't think I have many other that really do this with color, but got a real good one here. But I think I'll be sending this one to Kenman next. And then for Kenman, probably BEDC and then Bob's Pocket Knives. Yeah, that is. I love that. That's super cool. We're gonna see Pantera in South Korea while in the army. And all passes were canceled. Oh man, that's a total bummer. Yeah, for me, it was one of those situations. I was like maybe a teenager, maybe not, and they came through in a summer one year, and it was Pantera, White Zombie, and the Deftones were on their very first album tour, and I wanted to go, but my parents are not into the kind of music I'm into, and I just could not convince them to go. But it would have been an amazing show, I'm sure. Yeah. Uh, Rise Again outside of Chicago. Um, I It was a very, very small club. Pamphlets to everybody. They're kind of an interesting thing. You do a lot of concerts when you were younger. That's awesome, Ron. Drive. I was going to them all. But Metallica, I've never seen. There's some big ones I never got to see. Maybe 19 with your own job and cars. Not Ron. What was your first concert? Build cars and buy knives. Used for fun now. Oh, you build cars like on an assembly line or like old or try to get Scott from Aries to make me a knife for what they cost. Yeah, this one that comes up this week is gonna run. It's gonna run 239. So in that same price range, this one is in S90V. This one is the 80s camo. They have one in a red wood. They have a red and black acrylic, and then I think they have a black micarta and a um, then they have like a plain titanium handle as well. Those come out on the 18th. Old cars, that's awesome. I'm really big into old cars. My grandparents always had huge car collections, and I got to enjoy them, and that was fun. So I'm hoping someday I'd really like to get a Gallagher, and I'm not too picky on the year, but that's kind of something I'd love to get a hold of. Paula Abdul and Boys to Men and Color Me Bad. I do know who they are. Peak of the MTV era. So I know my relatives probably dragged me to a bunch of country concerts when I was young, but the first real concert I remember saying, "Oh, I'd like to go to that," was the Steve Miller Band. And let me tell you, it was to this day probably the worst concert I've ever been to. I agree, Kathleen. I know he was looking for some uh, American manufacturers, maybe, to relieve that, but he can't find somebody to do the production as much as he needs, with once a month releases. I think that's the trouble he's running into. But I am nervous. I'm nervous for him. I'm nervous for Lefty and Casey. I'm nervous for like traditional pocket knives. All the smaller businesses where it's gonna hit them so hard, and that's not something they're gonna be able to just eat the cost of. They're gonna end up having to pass the cost on or wait to sell until it comes down. I know they're both kind of just shaking their heads right now as to what to do. Oh yeah, Ron, I'll tell you what. I like fixed blades, but I'm not the biggest fixed blade guy. But the one thing about this, it's smaller, and the sheath that they have provided, you can put it inside your pocket instead of the outside. Um, with this clip, it can be on the inside, and then it's much more concealable. It's easy to carry because it's very lightweight and smaller, and it's not a crazy intimidating knife either way if you have to pull it out. So as far as fixed blades go, I feel like they hit the size point right on the money. The size is great. The sheath is great. Because I would prefer if I can just carry it inside my pocket. That's nice. All this international stuff is going on. You're like, not my knives. I know. See, my grandpa gave me my first car for $500. It was a 70 Pontiac GTO. When I got my learners at 15 and when I was 7 years old. Some person hit. Oh, man. That's the worst. Yeah, when my grandparents were at the point where they needed to start selling theirs, I was not in a position to be able to buy them. One complaint with small EDC fixed blades is the really thin handle. This one's not too bad. It's full tang S90, which I think is funny. But I think the part that makes it good for me is that with the lanyard already on there, I can put my pinky on there and it feels like I have a full grip even though it's not fully on the knife. Because I feel like I've got a really good grip and I'm not too worried about it. I think that was really smart of them to put it on the kind of coming out the corner like that. But yeah, I understand. It kind of depends what you're carrying it for, I guess. Like it doesn't resemble it at all, but like Casey's Dust Devil, that's a nicer, smaller fixed blade you can carry, kind of get it in your pocket, something like that. Oh yeah. And then there's the big old giant ones that I'm not going to carry, but I'm going to go have fun with. Well, let's see here. You got lucky with an uncle who owned his own business. You worked for him as an electrician since you were 13. Well, good job. Your hand to cramp just from holding it. And that might be, might look like that because I grip everything very hard. He makes nice small fixed blades as well and uses the lanyard. Yeah. Hey, Ron Crow. Got your stickers today and they're killer. Let's pull one out. Where did I set it? Had to move everything when I was painting earlier, so needless to say, I'll get them out for tomorrow's live. But anybody who wins a giveaway is definitely getting a cool Ron Crow sticker. Or now you're working on a 69 Camaro? Cool. When I was a kid, I wanted a 67 so bad. 67 Camaro or Firebird. And now I might say I'd want the Firebird, but I guess it would be a 68 Firebird. But I really love those Galaxy 500s for some reason. I do have OTFs. Put those away. I do have my is this one nice? It's in 14C. It's from Tac Knives. I should have a package coming from Viper Tech soon. There's another Tac Knives. This thing is the best. It'll never go dull. You just replace the blade, and it has amazing action on it. So that's cool. Another GTO. Oh, and a 97 Fastback Mustang. Cool. That would be cool. GTOs, I don't see them around nearly as much anymore. I liked the eras with the stacked headlights. Live stream coming soon. Awesome. Yeah, definitely let me know. And I'll be there watching. YouTube has I have everybody set to all notifications, but I haven't been getting notified lately. So feel free to at me or something, or just shoot me a message, and I'll pop on in. Let's see here. 440. My guess is Kenman is, if he's not live now, he probably is going to be here very soon. And I want to make sure he has time. So I think I'm probably going to head out. I'll be on tomorrow, and I'll see you guys in some of the live streams tonight. And yeah, have an awesome day. He's coming on live later today. Casey's on tonight. I think Kentman will probably try to pop on. But yeah, Knives fast for sure. Long gray one to the left. This is the Big Chief. It's a slip joint. Thank you, Blind Woo. You have a good day. See you later, Tegan. See you none for now. And I'll talk to everybody later. Thank you, Ron. And yeah, have a good night.